Ladies and gentlemen, as the Corps Colonel Royal Engineers, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the 3rd Royal Engineers Awards for Engineering Excellence. The awards this evening celebrating engineering excellence during 2020, a year dominated by the COVID pandemic, but also a year where the Corps continued to operate outside of the United Kingdom and continue to deliver soldier and officer training at the Royal School of Military Engineering and other defence establishments. Tonight, the awards follow that well-tested model of virtual delivery with minimum personal contact in a single room. However, we have been able to assemble the award winners here at Chatham, and I'd like to thank the President of the Headquarters Mess for allowing us to film the awards in the dining room of the mess, a particularly large space and an appropriate location and setting for this evening. Before I invite the first recipients to the stage, I'd like to invite the Chief Royal Engineer, General Sir Tyrone Urch, to say a few words of welcome and introduction.
Right, thank you very much. I'd like to add my own personal welcome, if I may, to this amazing evening. By way of an introduction, Lieutenant General Tyrone Urch. I've got a bunch of day jobs which keep me pretty busy. My main job is Commander Home Command, where amongst many things that I get up to, I'm responsible for recruiting and basic training. And I'm really chuffed to see that recruiting into the British Army has kind of risen from about 58% per year a little while ago, now to 2 complete years of being 100% recruited, which I think is exceptional. And our own Corps of Royal Engineers are 100% recruited over the last 12 months, which is fantastic news for all of us. My other day job is the commander of the Standing Joint Command. I'm responsible for commanding defence's contribution to UK resilience operations on UK homeland in support of the government. Largely, well, for about 14 months or so, that has been almost exclusively all about Operation Rescript and countering COVID-19. And if I just think what sappers have been doing up and down the length of the country during Operation Rescript has been quite exceptional. What the Royal Engineers have done in the design and construction of Nightingale hospitals around the country and designing mobile testing units and going out into the community to help the nation has been genuinely really humbling. My third day job is the Joint Commander for Operation Bridge, which is Royal Funerals, which I didn't think I was going to get involved in, obviously, until fairly recently with the death of His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh. And what a masterclass performance the military put on at very short notice for that very sad occasion. And the Royal Engineers involved in that and also state ceremonial and public duties in London and have done and are doing an exceptional job. But the most important job that I do, the one that really gives me the most pleasure and why I'm here tonight really, is to be and represent Her Majesty the Queen as her Chief Royal Engineer. It's a job I've done since September 18, something like that, so I'm halfway through a 5-year tenure, and I can tell you, nothing is more of an honour, a greater privilege, and nothing makes me smile more at night to be the kind of professional head, if you like, of our Corps. So what about our Corps, the Royal Engineers? Well, it's pretty old actually. For those of you that know your history, it goes back probably 900 years. It is absolutely crammed to overflowing with operational successes and innovation, which is amazing where we've come from. But despite 9 centuries of engineering and sappering, if you like, we've only really been doing this award ceremony for the last 3 years, so I don't quite know what happened there. But anyway, we're on it now. Headquarters Royal Engineers have done a quite magnificent job of getting this up and running 3 years ago. And here we are on this fantastic evening. So it's not all about COVID for sure, but coronavirus has affected us all. Some of it is very, very sad. It will have affected you. It will have affected me. It's definitely affected our friends and family, defence, and the entire nation. And people like you and the rest of the Royal Engineers have been doing some amazing stuff. And it's right that we recognise this tonight. So before we get into the heart of the matter and get on with the awards, it would be wrong of me not to say a few thank yous, because trust me, these things just do not happen by themselves. First and foremost, I'm eternally grateful for our sponsors. Any of you that know anything about laying on a gig like this or playing sport, you know that you don't get these things without sponsors. So a really big thank you to our three in-house sponsors this year for many different reasons. But the Royal Engineers Association, the Institution of Royal Engineers, and the Royal Engineers Central Charitable Trust, without whom we couldn't have paid for this and we couldn't have got it off the ground. So I'm hugely grateful as the Chief Royal Engineer on your behalf. I'd like to put a big up right the way out there for the home team in headquarters, Royal Engineers, who have laid this on. It's been their brainchild. They're the people that have adapted it to COVID-19 from where it started before. And especially WO2 Mike Wakefield, who has kind of really put his heart and soul into this. And Mike, I've got a Chief Royal Engineers coin right here for you, which I'm going to stick in an envelope. I'll FedEx that to you tomorrow morning. And my third thank you really is to the stars of the evening, you guys. Every single one of you, 15 award winners I think we've got here represented tonight. And you guys represent everything that is good about the Royal Engineers. You represent the best that we have in things like engineering excellence, academic excellence, expertise, individual endeavour, let's call it tradecraft, courage, moral and physical courage, and operational team success on operations. And all of this in the face of significant personal and team adversity. So finally, and I guess, a little bit on reflection here, and if you just bear with me, on the 6th of September of this year, 2021, it will be for me 38 years in uniform as an officer cadet at Sandhurst and as a Royal Engineers officer. And I want to tell you something now that I wholeheartedly believe in and I want to pass on. So in that 38 years, I have genuinely never seen the Corps in better health, and nor have I seen it better served by its officers and soldiers. So well done, the entirety of the Royal Engineers, the Corps as a whole, but particularly to you, our amazing award winners tonight. So stay safe. I really hope I see you soon. Enjoy the evening. Let's go.
Chief Royal Engineer, thank you very much for your words. One final introduction is to welcome MC tonight, Corporal Charlie Prunskill, a serving sapper and currently assigned to 77 Brigade.
Good evening, I'm Corporal Prunskill, and I have the great honour this evening of being your host. Our first award this evening is not linked to the Corps of Royal Engineers Awards. It's being presented on behalf of the Institution of Royal Engineers. The Contemporary Engineering Challenge 2020 encouraged institution members to submit engineering articles that may have been of professional interest to the Corps. The challenge was a major success, with 23 articles submitted. The judging panel were highly impressed by the depth and quality of all the submissions, granting over £5,000 in prizes. I would like to invite the Institution of Royal Engineers Chief Executive, John O'Cornley, to the stage to present the Professional Development Prize. The Institution of Royal Engineers Award for Contemporary Engineering goes to Major Matt Fry. Major Fry wins the Institution of Royal Engineers Blue Ribbon category for the Contemporary Engineering Challenge 2020 for his article, Visualising Complex Environments, Why the Corps Must Embrace Innovation and 3D Processes. Our first Corps of Royal Engineer Award this evening is the Vale Award for the Best Junior NCO completing the Junior Commanders course, presented by Mr. Ken Kirk, Controller of the Royal Engineers Association. Lance Corporal Corr's exceptional performance during the Army Leadership Development Programme deservedly earns him the 2020's Vale Award. His impressive grasp of combat skills saw him deliver first-rate performance, delivered with notable confidence, including an advanced understanding of operational context and tactics, an outstanding performance, and a worthy winner of the Vale Award.
Corporal Matthew Thor, 2-3 Parachute Engineer Regiment, Rector. Winning this award has been a great achievement of mine, and I think serving at 2-3 for the last 8 years has helped me a lot due to the nature of regimental life and the training we conduct. I have been in 2-3's Rector Troop for 4 years now. It has massively enhanced my skills, drills, combat engineering knowledge. It has also helped me understand the battle space. My future aspirations in the Corps are to complete a PTI course and my Army Diving Supervisor's course.
Lance Corporal Corps is awarded the Vale Award as the overall Junior Commander's Course Top Student of 2020. Our next award this evening is the Inglis Award for Outstanding Innovation or Design in the Corps, presented by Mr. John O'Cornley, Chief Executive, Institution of Royal Engineers. The winner is Corporal Austin of 4-2 Engineer Regiment, Geographic.
I'm Major Babington, OC-13 Geo Squadron, 4-2 Engineer Regiment, and I nominated Sergeant Austin for the Inglis Award for Outstanding Innovation or Design in the Corps. Sergeant Austin created a script whilst on operations last year, which automatically creates a standardised file structure for a new task and populates the operational record-keeping file required for auditing purposes. By creating it through an automated script, not only has the accuracy of the ORK been greatly increased, but it also enables the analysts to concentrate on their technical work for longer. Sergeant Austin has shown that ingenuity and proactive nature can not only create excellent products for operational requirement, but can have increased and improved the outputs for all analysts through an automated script. It is because of the lasting impact and the simplicity of the outputs for which I applaud Sergeant Austin's efforts, and I am justifiably proud to have a senior NCO such as him in my squadron.
Hello, I'm Sergeant Austin, currently serving in 13 Geo Squadron, 4-2 Engineer Regiment. The award was for work I started when I was deployed to JMC East Region in the spring of 2020 as part of Op Rescript. I am honoured to be selected for the Inglis Award. It is always nice to be recognised for any work you have done, even more so with an award of this calibre. My future plans in the Corps would be to continue the course really. I'm very fortunate to work in an environment that actively encourages and promotes innovation. So the ability to create change and aid in the implementation of rapidly changing technologies will keep me going for many years to come in the Corps.
The Inglis Award, given for Outstanding Innovation or Design in the Corps, is awarded to Corporal Aaron Austin, 4-2 Engineer Regiment, Geographic. Our next award this evening is the Hackett Award for the Best Apprentice, presented by W01 Paul Clark, Corps Sergeant Major, Royal Engineers. The winner is Sapper David Garung of 3-6 Engineer Regiment.
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Mark Hendry and I'm CO of 3-6 Engineer Regiment, and Sapper David Garung from 70 Squadron was nominated for the Hackett Award for Best Apprentice this training year. He was nominated because of his excellent work on his Class 1 C&J course and his role as the apprenticeship rep within his troop. In addition to this, during the construction of the London Excel NHS Nightingale Hospital, he worked tirelessly to the highest standards and with leadership well beyond that expected of someone of his current rank.
Hello, I'm Sapper David Garung, serving in 3-6 Engineer Regiment, UGE. I'm hugely proud to have been selected for this award. It is a source of motivation to myself going forward in my career. I would also like to express my gratitude to everyone whom I worked alongside while on Project Nightingale. enabling me to perform well as part of operate script and successfully complete the task. My future plan in Royal Engineer is to maintain the consistency and even better myself where as possible as I move on to my ultimate goal, which is Clerk of Force.
The Hackett Award, given to the Best Apprentice of 2020, is awarded to Sapper David Gurung of 3-6 Engineer Regiment. Our next award is the Clampman Award for the Best Junior Officer with under 3 years service. And this will be presented by Mr. John Acornley, Chief Executive, Institution of Royal Engineers. Lieutenant Collinson's leadership has allowed her to excel in her EOD role, qualifying as a Defence EOD operator, passing both CMD and IEDD courses on her first attempt, and concurrently maintaining management oversight of her troop. Notwithstanding the frantic schedule of regimental duty and exercises, still, Lieutenant Collinson makes time and sets a terrific sporting example for everyone in the Corps. She has represented the regiment in telemarking skiing, cross-country running, and is also a member of the Army Triathlon Association, competing this year in both duathlon and triathlon, placing first and third in age group respectively. An impressive year, achieving more in a year than some do in 2. She has shown herself to be utterly impressive, totally professional, handling all responsibility placed upon her with ease. The winner is Lieutenant Rebecca Collinson of 3-3 Engineer Regiment, EOD in Search.
I am Lieutenant Rebecca Collinson, serving within 3-3 Engineer Regiment, EOD in Search. To be selected for this award means to me that I've done the best I possibly can for the sappers under my command. And whilst incredibly humbled to receive this award, knowing that the extra hours of hard work is directly for the benefit of my troop is what really motivates me. My future plans are to become an ops officer within an EOD in Search squadron, and I plan on attacking this with exactly the same momentum.
The Clampman Award goes to Lieutenant Rebecca Collinson, 3-3 Engineer Regiment, as the Best Junior Officer. Our first award for trade skills is the Engineering and Logistics Staff Corps Award for contribution to engineering, logistics and military engineering, and is presented by Mr. John Acornley, Chief Executive, Institution of Royal Engineers. And the winner is Staff Sergeant Lee Cormer of 6-3 Works Group, RE.
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Wayne Meek, I'm CEO of 6-3 Works Group. Today it's a big thank you very much to Staff Comer, who's been given an award for the work that he did whilst working in 6-2 Works Group whilst deployed out from Op Shader. The work he did allowed for some force protection engineering works to be delivered to protect the soldiers out there, working closely with the Americans.
I'm Staff Lee Cormer, I'm currently serving with 517 STRE, part of 6-3 Works Group. At the time of the RE 2020 award, I was serving with 519 STRE, part of 6-2 Works Group. To win the Engineering and Logistics Staff Corps Award was a surprise, but also an honour. For me, my future in the Corps is to continue with my professional development. I'm currently studying for an engineering management degree, so to complete that first and then move on to operations, which is coming up very shortly.
The Engineering and Logistics Staff Corps Award goes to Staff Sergeant Lee Comer of 6-3 Works Group, RE. Our next award is the Morbie Award for Excellence in Engineering Project Management, and is presented by Mr. John Acornley, Chief Executive, Institution of Royal Engineers. And the winner is Staff Sergeant Sean Gowan of 3-5 Engineer Regiment, EOD in Search.
Staff Sergeant Gower is an excellent senior NCO who has proven time and time again that he's able to deliver results on time, often under severe constraints. His ability to look through the myriad of issues and problems to find that crux point that he needs to focus on is exemplary. Whether he is looking at doing a task for Cowden on the behalf of Air HQ, or indeed planning the squadron's readiness for their upcoming deployments, he has done so to the very best of his ability. An outstanding senior NCO and fully justified by this award.
I am Staff Gower, currently serving 3-5 Engineer Regiment Union Search. I was nominated for the Morbie Award prize. Being nominated for that prize itself was quite an honour from the chain of command, being recognised for my efforts, and it was actually fantastic news to hear that myself and the team had won the prize itself. Looking forward, I've got 4 years left in the Corps now, so this is now just giving me that little bit of extra confidence that maybe a bit of food for that I may explore construction management and project management outside in the civvy street in 4 years.
The Morbie Award for Excellence in Engineering Project Management goes to Staff Sergeant Sean Gowan, 3-5 Engineer Regiment. Our next award for trade skills is the Folk Award for the top clerk of works or military plant foreman, and is presented by Mr. Ken Kirk, Controller of the Royal Engineers Association. And the winner is Staff Sergeant David Francis of 6-2 Works Group RE.
Hi, I'm Chaz Hawk, CEO 62 Works Group, where Staff Sergeant Francis has been confirming his status as the top clerk of works. He's been working with 2-3 Engineer Regiment out in Cyprus and is busy preparing for operations next year, in addition to a number of other projects and tasks. A huge congratulations from me and the team here in Chilwell.
Staff Sergeant David Francis, serving with 62 Works Group 523 STRE. I'm extremely proud and grateful to be chosen for the Folk Award, and for the rest of the time in the Corps I plan on gaining as much experience in a variety of environments and as many roles as possible as a clerk of works.
The Folk Award is awarded to Staff Sergeant David Francis of 6-2 Works Group RE as the top clerk of works of 2020. Our final award in this section is the Archibald Award for the best tradesman across the Royal School of Military Engineering and the Royal School of Military Survey delivered trade courses, and is presented by W1 Paul Clark, Corps Sergeant Major, Royal Engineers. And the winner is Sapper Robert Taylor of 3-5 Engineer Regiment, EOD and Search.
I'm Major Denny Warren, Officer Commanding 17 Field Squadron, Explosive Ordnance Disposal and Search. And I'm really pleased that Sapper Taylor has been awarded the Archibald Award for the best tradesman across the Royal School of Military Engineering delivered trade courses. While the winner of this prize is generated from across the Corps from trade course performances, it is particularly noteworthy considering that Sapper Taylor is ordinarily employed out of trade here at 3-5 Engineer Regiment. He's a highly trained Defence Advanced Search Team searcher member within a deployable field squadron. This highly dangerous and courageous trade has seen him validate for worldwide contingency operations, and therefore performing to an outstanding level on the bricklayer and concreting course is really impressive. I'm hugely proud of Sapper Taylor, who has now just completed his Junior NCO ALDP and is absolutely ready to be a Junior NCO. I very much see him as a clerk of works of the future, but he could equally progress through other avenues. And I wish him a huge success in his ongoing career.
Hi there, it's Sapper Taylor of 3-5 Engineer Regiment, EOD and Search, winner of the 2020 Archibald Award for Tradesman of the Year. It's quite an honour to win quite a prestigious award. Actually goes to show that all your hard graft and effort that you put in on courses doesn't go unnoticed and it does pay off for you in the end. Future plans in the engineers. Next couple of years I wouldn't mind to actually find myself back at Chatham doing a Clerk of Works course, further in my career within the engineers and in the construction side of engineering, which would be fantastic.
The Archibald Award is awarded to Sapper Robert Taylor, 3-5 Engineer Regiment, as the best tradesman across Royal School of Military Engineering and Royal School of Military Survey delivered trade courses in 2020. Our next 3 awards cover academic achievement. The Windy Notchy Award is for the top instructor in the Corps. Presenting the award is Mr. Ken Kirk, Controller of the Royal Engineers Association. And the winner is Corporal Gordon Coleman of 3-5 Engineer Regiment, EOD in Search.
I am Major Niall McCracken, OC of 15 Field Squadron, EOD Search, better known as Frank Squadron, and part of 3-5 Engineer Regiment, EOD Search. And I nominated Sergeant Coleman for the Windy Notchy Knight Award as the best instructor within the Corps. Over the duration of his time as a corporal, he set the standard as an instructor, whether in barracks, on exercise, or deployed on operations teaching foreign armies. I am extremely proud of Sergeant Coleman being selected for this award, but it is just due recognition of his hard work, commitment to personal and professional development, and more importantly, his investment in getting the best out of sappers within the regiment and ensuring that all get the opportunity to make the most of their own potential.
I'm Sergeant Coleman from 3-5 Engineer Regiment, 15 Squadron, EOD in Search. I was nominated for the Windy Notchy Award. I'd like to thank the management for putting me forward for this. Going forward from here then, I'll continue to develop my instructor skills so that I can develop the younger soldiers within the regiment and the wider Corps.
The Windy Notchy Award is awarded to Corporal Gordon Coleman, 3-5 Engineer Regiment, as the top instructor in the Corps. Our next award is the Denison Award for the Best New Specialist Royal Engineer, presented by Mr. John O'Cornley, Chief Executive, Institution of Royal Engineers. And the winner is Lance Corporal Gillen Heath of 2-3 Parachute Engineer Regiment.
Hi, my name's Major Rob Sharrock, OC of 9 Parachute Squadron Royal Engineers. I nominated Sapper Heath Noel for the Denison Award for the Best New Specialist Engineer. Sapper Heath Noel has done an amazing amount of work in his short time in the regiment. His trade skills and technical expertise have benefited the Special Forces community, British Forces Cyprus and 16th Air Assault Brigade. He's a fantastic soldier, he's an excellent tradesman, and I wish him the very best of luck for the future. Thank you for all your hard work, Sapper Heath Noel.
Hi there, I'm Knox Corporal Heath. Thank you very much for the Denison New Specialist Sapper Award. It is an honour and a privilege to have won it. Having recently completed my NTIC application, I feel like this puts me in a great place for my future aspirations to be achieved, those of Clerk of Works, construction, and yeah, just working really hard towards that.
The Denison Award goes to the Best New Specialist Royal Engineer, who this year is Lance Corporal Gillen Heath, 2-3 Parachute Engineer Regiment. Our final award for academic achievement is the Gordon Award for Academic Achievement in 2020 and is presented by Mr. John O'Cornley, Chief Executive, Institution of Royal Engineers. And the winner for Outstanding Academic Achievement in 2020 is Corporal Umesh Rai, 4-2 Engineer Regiment, Geo.
I am Major George McRae, Officer Commanding 16 Geographic Support Squadron, part of 4-2 Engineer Regiment Geographic. I nominated Corporal Rai for the Gordon Award for Academic Excellence. I nominated Corporal Rai for his unparalleled commitment to continuous professional development of both himself and those he works with. A coding and scripting polymath, he has self-taught multiple scripting languages, started a software engineering degree, and been recognised by the Corps in the Corps Cyber Competition for his acute technical skills, and is now accepted as the SME in coding across the whole of the RE Geo diaspora. Also, he has created a coding club to share his wealth of experience to enhance operational effectiveness. An indubitable force multiplier is utilised to great effect his academic achievements to deliver time-saving analytical automation. Previously, the Question 1 process would have taken 3 to 4 hours, but through Corporal Rai's application of his academic skills, he has automated this to a 20-minute process. I'm hugely proud to be able to work with Corporal Rai. The benefits of his dedication to academic and professional development are felt keenly in both the regiment and the manoeuvre formations alike. His efforts will have influence across the service for a long time to come.
I'm Corporal Rai from 42 Engineer Regiment. For me, the awards means a massive tap on the back. It's a very good feeling that your work is being recognized by the wider Royal Engineer community. I plan to continue my study and become an SME by specializing in one of the career streams available in the GA trade.
The Gordon Award goes to Corporal Umesh Rai of 4-2 Engineer Regiment, Geo, for outstanding academic achievement in 2020. We're on to support for operations, and there are 2 awards in this category. I'd like to invite Mr. Ken Kirk, Controller of the Royal Engineers Association, to present the Humanitarian Award to the person who has contributed most significantly to humanitarian activities in the service and welfare of others. During the UK's COVID-19 lockdown and subsequent follow-on restrictions, Staff Sergeant Chapman has emerged as a pillar of support to his local community in Berwick Hills, Middlesbrough. Witnessing increased job losses and financial hardship on many families, Staff Sergeant Chapman, supported by his father, established the White Feather Project, the purpose of which was to support the most vulnerable within his community. His selfless commitment to the welfare and well-being of a tight-knit community in an unprecedented time of increasing hardship is highly commendable. The lives of many people have undoubtedly been, and continue to be, positively impacted. The winner of this year's award goes to Staff Sergeant Alan Chapman of 3-3 Engineer Regiment, EOD and Search.
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Alan Chapman, 47 3-3 Engineer Regiment, EOD and Search. I'm incredibly proud and humbled to be receiving the award for humanitarianism as part of the 2020 Royal Engineers Award for Excellence. I dedicate this award to all the staff at the White Feather Project. It's amazing to think, during lockdown 1, my dad, myself and a small team sourced, cooked and delivered hot meals to hundreds of elderly and vulnerable people across Middlesbrough. This soon escalated for us to deliver care packs to care homes and the intensive care unit at James Cook Hospital. Since then, with the help of a dedicated and amazing team, White Feather Project has gone from strength to strength. We currently have 3 food hubs and baby hub on its way, helping the population in Middlesbrough. We're working concurrently with Middlesbrough Council to feed hundreds of kids on school holidays, along with delivering care packs on a daily basis. White Feather Project, I'd like to thank the Corps of Engineers for recognising this amazing achievement.
The Humanitarian Award goes to Staff Sergeant Alan Chapman of 3-3 Engineer Regiment, EOD and Search. Our next award is the Knox Award. awarded to the individual deemed to have contributed the most to operations, and is presented by Mr. Ken Kirk, Controller of the Royal Engineers Association. The winner is Sergeant Stephen Feeney of 42 Engineer Regiment, GO.
I'm Major George McRae, Officer Commanding 16 Geographic Support Squadron, part of 42 Engineer Regiment Geographic. I nominated Sergeant Feeney for the Knox Award, Contribution to Operations. I nominated Sergeant Feeney for his remarkable work in the Joint Biosecurity Centre as part of Defence's efforts to support the nation during the COVID pandemic. He spent 4 months at the heart of the Joint Biosecurity Centre with the Analysis and Assessment Directorate, providing decision support to the Chief Medical Officer, the Secretary of State for Health and Social Care and the Prime Minister. As the Vanguard Data SME, Sergeant Feeney established the GeoInt capability in this fledgling and vital organisation. During his tenure, he has led several projects on understanding COVID-19 test results, mortality, mobility and the transmission trends. Most impressively, he partnered a machine learning assisted exploratory investigation into the use of wastewater sampling as a predictive indicator for COVID-19 outbreaks, which resulted in a brief going straight to the Prime Minister. It is a great pleasure to be able to work with Sergeant Feeney and see the realisation of his exemplary work. Diligent, dedicated and driven, Sergeant Feeney has been at the spearhead of driving the GeoInt capability to the very heart of the government's COVID operational response. All of us will reap the benefits of his outstanding work for a long time to come.
I'm Sergeant Steve Feeney at 16 Squadron 42 Engineer Regiment GO. It's an immense honour to receive the Knox Award. It also comes with a debt of gratitude to my colleagues at 42 Engineer Regiment who supported me throughout the operation. Thank you.
The Knox Award for contributions to operations goes to Sergeant Stephen Feeney, 42 Engineer Regiment, GO. The Kitchener Award is awarded to the individual deemed to have contributed the most to military engineering, presented by Colonel Matthew Quare, Corps Colonel, Royal Engineers. The winner of this most prestigious award is Acting Staff Sergeant Mark Bacon of 22 Engineer Regiment.
I am Major Chrissy Curl, OC3 Armoured Engineer Squadron 22 Engineer Regiment, and we nominated Acting Staff Sergeant Bacon for the Kitchener Award, awarded to the individual deemed to have contributed the most to military engineering. It was an easy decision to nominate Staff Bacon for this award. He has stepped up in 3 different Staff Sergeant roles, each at critical points for 3 Armoured Engineer Squadron. Firstly, as a Troop Staff Sergeant on Exercise Prairie Storm in Battus. Secondly, on Opcrit 5 as the TQMS, noting that he is not armoured in trade. And finally, as the SQMS whilst the squadron was on the lead armoured task force, once again stepping up in rank and out of lane. He has done each of these roles expertly. The impact he has had on operations and the capability for the squadron to maintain its military engineering capability cannot be underestimated. And all of this whilst remaining wholly personable and absolutely dedicated to our troops.
I am Staff Sergeant Mark Bacon, serving in 22 Engineer Regiment. My future plans within the Corps is to continue to develop myself and others, pass on my knowledge and experience, and be a part of the Corps' future as well as the past in whichever job or capacity that may bring. I am proud and humbled to firstly be nominated for the award and secondly to win the award. I want to say thank you to all those in 22 Engineer Regiment and the wider Corps who have helped me along the way in my career. I finally want to say thank you to the members of 3 Armoured Engineer Squadron who without them and the honour I have daily to work with, this award would not be possible.
The Kitchener Award is awarded to Acting Staff Sergeant Mark Bacon of 22 Engineer Regiment. I'd like to say a big congratulations to our amazing award winners for your inspiration and dedication. A big thank you to our nominators and award presenters for their time this evening. It's a testament to the professionalism of our sappers in the Corps, considering the challenging environment everyone has faced over 2020. Looking forwards, we hope to bring you the 2021 awards in person and back in the Institution of Civil Engineers in London in November 21.
Ladies and gentlemen, to conclude this evening, I'd like to thank the MC once again. Charlie, a brilliant job. Well done, thank you very much. And I gather you were not a press man, instead a willing volunteer. And to the production team here tonight at Chatham, another quality sapper product. Once again, you have excelled and risen to the challenge. Q Wakefield, the Chief Royal Engineer's coin has now arrived, and I'd like you to step forward and receive it. And to the representatives from the three charities who have kindly sponsored the awards this evening. John, Ken and the Corps Sergeant Major, thank you very much for your time, and please do pass on the collective thanks of the Sapper family to your trustees. We appreciate the contribution from the charities. And last but not least, one final time, a massive congratulations to the award winners, recognised tonight for your inspiration and dedication, and nominated by your chain of command. You are ordinary people doing extraordinary things every day. You inspire others and continue to excel as military engineers and are a testament to the professionalism of our Corps, your Corps. Well done to you all. Very proud of everything you have achieved. Looking forward, I'd like to remind everyone I remain optimistic that we will deliver a live event in 2021 at the Institute of Civil Engineers in London in November 21. We will see the award winners from tonight there, in addition to the award winners from 2021. And finally, I hope you have enjoyed this production. I thank you for watching, and I wish you a very good evening.